Hello, friends, welcome back once again. In this episode, we are going to continue our journey for our integration with Google Assistant and SAP Chatbot. So, in the last episode, we basically completed this Node.js application and we added the Google Translations API, and also we use the bot connector constructs to call our SAP Chatbot all the way from this Node.js application. So in this particular episode, what intention would be, now we need to deploy this particular application to our SAP cloud platform, and you can deploy to any other cloud environment also, but I'll be using SAP cloud platform to deploy these applications. And of course, we are going to create this action project in this episode, and we'll be using a webhook, as I told in the last episode, to call that particular Node.js URL, applications URL, to connect with our action project. It will be very simple, but yeah, quite interesting. At least good to know how things to be done and how to integrate. So let's stay tuned till the end and let's see what's the technicality we have to achieve to get this done. Now this is the application that we created last time, and in the package.json I mentioned like the translate API of the version should be 1.1.0, not the latest version, to make this proof of concept work. So make sure like you also download this particular version, otherwise you will face difficulties to make it work. Now to deploy this application to SAP Cloud Platform, we need to create one deployment descriptor file, which is nothing but manifest.yml. That I'm going to create under this Google Assistant folder. So select this, create a file. I believe, no, not this one. New file. I want to create as manifest.yml. So it's basically outside of my app folder. So inside this manifest.yml, we have to add all the different parameters and attributes of this applications, which is required to get it to work and deploy to cloud platform. Let's see what are the things to be added here. So we are going to add this following things. Very important that you ensure all the spaces and all the tabs are properly arranged, otherwise this will not work. So I'm giving my application name as ibot, and I'm just giving a command as npm run inspect. This is optional. I'm just giving it in case my application doesn't work for some reason in cloud. At least I have something available to debug my application. I'm giving my random root as true. That means after I deploy, the build pack will generate its own application URL. Path I'm giving as an app folder, because under app folder only I have all my artifacts created, and I'm just allocating a memory of 256 MB. So that basically this manifest.yml file should contain. Now under the package.json file, we need to do a little bit of thing for inspect, and we can just write something like node inspect index.js. So that means in the inspect command mode, my application will be in inspect mode, and it will be available for my debugging. Okay, so that pretty much I have to add, and now I have to deploy this to cloud. So for that, what you need to do, you need to just open your terminal and ensure you are in Google Assistant, which is nothing but the main root folder on my application. And from there, I'll just run cf push command. So that is now going to deploy this applications with a name of ibot, and that's all. So in case this cf push doesn't work, maybe manifest must have at least one application. Yeah, we need to save this file. I forgot to save. So now it should work, cf push, and it should start deploying the application. I'm just pausing the video because it will take a little time to get all the things uploaded, so just have patience. So look like the application deployed successfully, and waiting for iPod to start, and finally this status is in started status, as you can see. And it basically auto created one application URL by the application, by the cloud platform, and that's all. This application is actually in running in npm start inspect mode, because it's in debug mode. I just set as a command. That's okay. So now we can head over to our cloud platform and see like how this application is working from there or not. So let's go to cloud platform, go to our dev space, and you see that applications is deployed and it's in started mode. So I can just run this out and you can test it, this application, if things are all fine. Get travel details for 100. So if I just call, it is supposed to work. Yeah, it's working perfectly from cloud, you see, from the SAP cloud platform. Fantastic. So we are almost done, and we have to we are almost ready, and we are ready now to action project, and we have to integrate this particular URL, which is that particular URL, as you can see, with our action project as an webhook, and we are all set. So now to create your action project, you just need to type action Google project. And the first one is the developersgoogle.com. You click on this first link, it will take you to this action project. Just to be sure, like you are logging with that particular email account with which you want to test your application from mobile or maybe other Google Home or whatever the device that you are interested to test. Make sure you just have the same account set up, otherwise of course it will not work. Yeah, so you can just get in the left side pane as an action project. If you click on that, it talks about the build project, and here you can see like kind of a create project, certain steps been mentioned. I'm not going to create again from scratch probably, but I'll just have already created, and I'll just tell you like what are things that you need to ensure while you will be creating by your own. I think that should be fine. So action console, if you just get into that, you will see like some project I have already created as a travel assistant, and you can create a new project also from here. And so decide how your action is invoked. I mean, how to trigger your application. So if you just click on that, you have to provide the name of your application. I have mentioned as a travel group, and you can just select a voice, Google Assistant voice out of from this list. I have selected maybe male one or maybe female, whatever you want. Okay. So once you do that, you have to go back to your overview, and now let's check that build your action actually. So you have two things. First thing is like add actions, and second is test actions in the simulator. Two options there. So let's click on add actions, and it will take you to this particular page. So first time if you just get into this screen, obviously you won't have anything. I have already created one action against a dialog flow, so that's why I can see this one. Otherwise you need to create a new action. It will take you to the dialog flow fulfillment tool, and from which you need to create your actions. I'm just clicking on this edit button to show what exactly my invocation phrases and other things are there. So just I have added those things. You can edit in dialog flow if you want, and that's all. So now I click on, there is something called fulfillment or the conversational part. I can click on the dialog in edit in dialog flow. It will open. It may take a little time to restart. In case it is taking longer than usual, then you can just refresh maybe the browser once more to get it to know like what it is. I mean, it will take you to this dialog flow screen. So we need an intent, of course, and I have just mentioned one intent specifically, and that I'm calling it as an end of conversation only. Rest I have a default welcome note and default fallback event. Let's see what this end conversations I am mentioning. Very simple. thank you Google, thanks, and etc. Those are the different phrases I want to add it up. And I have to make sure like this particular button which is called set this intent as end of conversations, I have set it. And also certain default text response I have mentioned, anything I can mention, and it will pick randomly from this list of phrases, and it will end the conversation. Okay, one thing more I have added as a default welcome note. You can add a default welcome note with any sort of response that you would like to see, as a because I have added a text response here. I am your travel assistant and I can provide you all the travel details against the travel ID, and it will fetch the data all the way from the SAP Cloud Wrap service. So that's the response I have added, and that's all for this intent. Let's see the third one, and that is our default fallback event or fallback intent, sorry. So what this means, like other than my end conversation and default welcome note, anything else I speak to, it will basically try getting into my default fallback intent. Very simple, because this bot itself is very simple, just to be ensured like my integration things are basically verified and tested. It's a very simple proof of concept only. So in the default fallback intent, if I just get into that, it has certain context that probably I can add different events, different training phrases, but I'm not interested to make this like that. I just want to ensure like it triggers a waybook. So that's for that reason I need to enable this waybook call for this intent in the fulfillment zone. Okay, so that is the only thing that I need to trigger over here, enable over here, and I have to don't forget to click the save button so after you change for every intents. Very important thing, otherwise it will not work. Then you have some certain things called fulfillment over here in the left zone, left pane, and here you need to add it up your URL. So if you just go and open this one, you can just copy this application URL. Just now we deployed to cloud this application URL, whatever you can see, to go to Dialogflow, and just you can paste it up, that one, right? And of course, what is the basic authentications ID and password? Obviously your cloud platform user ID and password I have just given, because it has to connect with this particular bot or maybe the Node.js application. Okay, we need to mention the entities because and the post call will take to this SAP CI, so we have to mention the same thing over here as well. That's all, and we can have to click on save button. We had a testing flap for our SAP CI, like to see whether my intent is being triggered or not. Here as well I can just write anything because it doesn't matter. Anything I try other than your end of conversation means it will basically trigger my fallback intent, means it will try to call the waybook. If I just properly put the value, then obviously my Node.js application which just we deployed will be able to get the data back. So now to test this bot, eventually we have to go back to this action console again, and you will see something called test tab. Click on this test tab, and here you see certain communication window, and here you'll see the response. So if I click on talk to Travel Guru, it will start speaking something that we have set as a welcome note.
Here's the test version of Travel Guru. Hi, I am your travel assistant and I can provide you all travel details against a travel ID. I will fetch data all the way from SAP Cloud Wrap service.
That's cool because it's already triggered this particular welcome note response text, as you can see very well. Okay, this is the node been placed. Now the session started and I can keep communicating. Let's say I can want to put get travel details for 50. So if I enter here, you can see this details, and it will success.
Travel ID number 50.
So now it basically successfully connected with my cloud platform Node.js application, and obviously Node.js application then triggered my SAP CI chatbot, which got triggered, and it's responded back with this information like, do you want to track the travel ID? As you all know, if you have been following through all the episodes. So if I click on yes, of course, the session continues, and it will now fetch the details for the travel ID 50. Let's see.
Travel details.
Yeah.
Travel ID. 50
So that's
agency ID.
let me
70,020 agency name. No return.
so that basically the overall conversation started. And of course, you can do a testing of your uh, translations part as well, as we have I have shown last time, right? So similar way you can test the translation part, and it will work as usual. And that pretty much, I think, the overall integrations I just wanted to demonstrate. So thanks for watching, and thanks for paying attention to this discussion, and we'll again connect to some new topic altogether in the next connect. Stay tuned. Thank you.